Latifah, and you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah, right.
Love you on Windy City Live. Yes, we do. Tell us, how did all this happen? How did this come about?
Well, I play me. I play Val Warner in Chirac, which is really cool. So when people see this movie, they are literally seeing Val, and I am a reporter in the movie.
We talk about the violence, but what can we do personally?
I think we got to be engaged, and I think engaged in a number of things. In our block, in our home, in our neighborhood, we got to be engaged. We got to fight the issues. We got to fight a government that is abandoned, whole communities on the south and the west side. We got to fight a governor who's cut out every youth employment program, who's cut out violence prevention programs, who's abandoned our communities and the poor and the vulnerable. And I think we got to reach out to our brothers on the street and love them and respect them and help them, not just demonize them.
I'll just say like this. First of all, give you the history of coming to Chicago and telling my jokes as a young cat. I'm 37 now. I started about almost 15 years ago. Elroy taking me under his wing, letting me do some jokes here and there for the radio stations and all that kind of stuff.
I learned that no matter what you do and how much of a genuine heart you have, and if you're coming from a good place, people are going to criticize if they don't agree with what you're doing.
Yo, what's up? It's your man Tony Schofield from 106.3 Chicago's R&B, and you are watching Men on Higher Learning. Now, I used to hang around with some men that was into some higher learning. It just wasn't that kind of higher learning, but I got myself together now, okay?
What is it that you do in your quiet time, in your meditation time, that allows you to bring us the films that you do?
I sit courtside in Madison Square Garden, world's most famous arena.
And rising. And thank you for joining me this morning. What could go wrong has gone wrong, but we're here, and that's all that matters. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm being very mindful this morning that there are lots of things going on in the world, much worse than technical difficulties. So I'm grateful, and I'm grateful that it is Monday, December 18th. Can you believe that 1 week from today, the world will be celebrating what is known all over the world as Christmas? And we here at the Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network are asking you to keep in mind the less fortunate, those who are unable to participate, have nothing to celebrate. But there's always something to celebrate, and that's called life. So thank you for joining me in this lifetime, in this Earth School this morning. If you're listening online, thank you for joining us. We have a new page here on Instagram. It's called Higher Learning Network TV Show. And I do apologize for not having that up there, but stuff happens. What can I tell you? Technical stuff. It's Monday morning. What can I say? Anyway, on Facebook and YouTube, Higher Learning TV Show, if you're watching online. And you can also check out my Instagram page, Zelda Speaks, the number 2, letter U, and Zelda Speaks, the number 2, and M-E. Me, that means you. Okay. If you are headed out and about this morning, you do know that it's Monday, right? We might be jamming in Jamaica, but it's still crazy outside. My good old herbal tea in the morning, yes, and I'm still jamming. If you are headed out and about, then you know on Monday it's pretty much crazy out there, right? Yeah, traffic and what. Weather is sponsored by Karen Kelly of iTech Chicago. If you are a business owner or entrepreneur who have products or services to sell, you can go to the website, and that is not the one that I'm looking for. That's for Cash App. That's, well, if you want to, it could be. So thank you for that. But I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for. Business owners and entrepreneurs, pay attention or pay cash, because if you have a product or a service, then you can be on the iTex website and have your company there and be selling your products from there. And you automatically get a $100 bonus just for signing up. So just wanted to share that with you. And if you are headed out and about, a brief return to winter is in place, warming up tomorrow, but today it's still cold. Flurries today, gust up to 40 miles an hour. That's cold, y'all. Up to 32 today, 51 on Sunday. Yay! And your Christmas, there is a chance of snow. And the wind chill factor is 20 right about now. So it's cold outside. Thursday is the first day of winter. And the official holiday travel begins on Wednesday. I don't wish that on anybody. I do not want to ever be in the airport on a holiday. Oh, Lord have mercy. Too many people going, too many places. I'm glad I didn't go like a week after when I went, because it was a travel holiday. So everybody's going and it's crowded. Anyway, that is the price you pay for going abroad. Anyway, if you are headed outbound on the Kennedy, it is a usual mess as usual. It is 29 minutes inbound, 20 on the reverse. On the Edens, is 18 in, 12 on the outbound. On the Eisenhower, it's another story. As Ike is always crowded. 32 in, 24 on the outbound. On the Stevenson, 21 in and 19 out. On the Dan Ryan, 19 in, 11 out. And on the Bishop Ford, 18 in. That accident on 115th has been cleared up. It's only 11 minutes. And DuSable Lakeshore Drive is 10 minutes inbound, and 9 minutes on the reverse. And that is your traffic and weather, sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. So if you want to go to Jamaica like I did, you can always go and not pay a hotel fee. Oh, yes. Go to itex.com. You can go to Hawaii, Alaska, Mexico, the Caribbean, anywhere you want to go in the world. Just go there and be sure and tell them that Zelda sent you, so that you can get your discount immediately. Alrighty, and your word for the day comes from my house as usual. Monday Morning Mindfulness word of the day, Monday, December 18th, 2023. If you've prayed for blessing, then start aligning yourself to receive them, starting right now, with the attitude you bring to your Monday. Every day is a day to give and be your best. Bring the attitude truly befitting a child of God to this day. If needed, to look to the examples in nature. Can we say nature? Birds, bees, and sharks do not groan about the start of the day. I love it. Nor does the God principle operative in our lives stop doing its godly duties on a particular day. So why should you? Level up your Monday settings. Step up your outer demonstration by refining your inner well-being. Think, believe, and feel the success you crave. Ooh, let's say that again. Think, believe, and feel the success you crave. Speak words of accomplishment, then take action by putting the effort needed to bring it all to fruition. The magnificence of the results you wish to see from this day must first be accepted by your mind. Act like it is already done and step out in that knowledge. No matter the time of year, you can breathe new life into plans and dreams that you embarked on. Reach within for motivation and stand ready for unfoldment according to God's master plan. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Ephesians 6:10. And that's your Monday morning mindfulness message from Mike House. And I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you ever want to be on the receiving end of those messages, you can always just send me a text and I will include you in the messages. And this is the line that you will text your information in 312-383-9749. And that's the alternative line to call on, but you can, you can call on that number too. This morning, we have calls. I have another number for you because that number is, we're having problems this morning. It keeps telling you, we just keep having all kinds of problems, but I'm used to it. That's what happens. I'm going to give you the new number to call in 312-602-3373. And that's the number that you can call in today. Now, tomorrow it might be another number, but today that's the number, okay? You can text me that 312-383-9749 number. You can text me to be included on the Mike House, or if you want to be included in our weekly newsletter, and I can send you that information. But if you're calling in today, we have a new number. That's 312-602-3373. Okay? And that's your Monday morning mindfulness message of the day. Oh, be sure and type in, when you go to itext.com, type in the promo code ZELDA, ZELDA. Always giving thanks to the ancestors who made my way possible. And be sure and check out diabeticdonut.com. If you are a diabetic, free download there. All you have to do is go to it and request it, and it's yours. Alrighty, it is now time for your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. If you have gotten up this morning and you haven't taken the time, spend some time with yourself. That's what this Monday morning mindfulness is all about. Me time. That means your time. Have you done that? Got to turn on the computer. It's all right. As the children say, it's all good. Well, right about now, it's all good because, excuse me, we are going to have Monday morning mindful meditation. So all I want you to do is to take the time to get situated, sit straight up in the chair, feet flat on the floor. And you will get a chance to do some deep breathing that will help you in the process of eliminating stress in your life. So are you ready? Are you sitting up straight? Feet flat on the floor? We're just going to simply breathe in and breathe out. That's all we're doing. We're just breathing. We're just taking the time to connect with the power that is within. Whatever you call it, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Jehovah, Jireh, whatever you choose to call it, higher power, it's fine with me. Just know that you are part of the creation, and it is your responsibility if you want a smooth transition, sometimes not a smooth transition, during the course of the day. It's time that you prepare yourself. As the late Dr. Maya Angelou, poet, author, actress, director, filmmaker, said, before you face the day, face God. Face the spirit that is within you, that guides you, that guards you, and directs you. And so that's what we want to do this morning. So you will simply begin the process of breathing in and breathing out, and knowing that as you do so, you will be challenged. So from time to time, you will hear this. because the mind has a tendency to wander, and you want to bring those thoughts back because they're all over the place, right? So breathing helps you bring that attention back to the breath. But before we do that, the first thing we want to do is get some oil, some essential oils, and breathe in and breathe out. And today I'm using clove, CLOV. Can you see that? Any kind of oil. There you go. Clove. Yeah. And why are we using oils, Zelda? Essential oils help open up the passageways and whatever may be ailing you, whatever's ailing you, look it up. There's an essential oil. And you simply put a drop or two in your hand, rub the hand together, and what do? Ah, good for the immune system. That smells delicious, almost good enough to eat. Plug up my computer before it goes dead and you lose me. You don't want that. So, ooh, that felt good. That smelled good. So let us inhale again. Ah, and exhale. I can almost taste it on the tip of my tongue. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Now I want you to close your eyes and simply breathe in and breathe out. That's all you're doing is just breathing. But I want your breath to be deep enough so that you feel your chest rise. I want you to look at my chest and go. Yeah, I want that chest to expand, and when you blow it out. Come on, let's inhale together. I want all this to fill up and blow it out. You get me? All right, so let's keep breathing. Breathe in. Hold it. Blow it out through your mouth. And as you breathe in, your eyes should be closed. You should not be looking at me, but the inside of your eyelids. So close them in and have this experience as you breathe in. And as you breathe out. Giving thanks for the power of the breath, we know that we are one with the one when we take the time to connect with the one, whatever we choose to call it. Because it is in that breath that we tune into. We give thanks, knowing that we are at the right place, at the right time, and the right thing. So we breathe in, and we breathe out. As we listen to the sound of the ocean, water, breathing in, and breathing out. And just listening to the rustle of the waves and backwards and forwards. That is so calming and relaxing. So whenever you are challenged, find a space wherever you are. Chances are you'll have your cell phone. Go to YouTube and type in ocean sound and listen to it and breathe in and breathe out. Those sounds are on another computer, so if you can hear them or if they're too loud, text in the comment section. Excuse me, and let me know if I need to turn it down a little bit. Because I want you to hear it, and I don't know if that's too loud or not. So you can type it in. Also type in what city, state, or country that you're listening from. So as we continue to breathe in, and because someone somewhere is unable to breathe on their own, and look at you, breathing all on your own. We know that we are at the right place, at the right time, during the right time. To prepare ourselves for the madness that's going to occur if we leave our or here unfold. So we give thanks for patience. We give thanks for wisdom. We give thanks power. We give thanks for the power of the breath to take us to a place where we need to be to control ourselves, not to respond to the chaos, not to react to it, but to respond. Think about it. There's a difference. As we inhale, repeat the words, I do not react to anything today, I only respond. And then, well, what's the difference, Elder? When you react, it's like a knee-jerk reaction. But when you respond, you stop and you breathe and you think. And then you respond. And chances are your response will be just a little different than if you react. You can believe me. Try yourself. As we breathe in, bringing all that energy from the breath up to the top of the head, down through the forehead and the face, and nose, and landing on the shoulders. As we rotate those shoulders backwards and forwards, we give thanks for the power of the breath as we breathe in. Bringing those arms up and stretched and turning and waking those internal organs up. If you're rocking your show this morning, I hope you've taken the time to drink a cup of water this morning, because when you wake up, your organs need to wake up and they can sleep and they need to be hydrated just like you do, so they need some water. So as I'm turning and twisting here, giving thanks that all of this is working, the heart, liver, spleen, spine, the systems in the body, they're all working as we're doing the higher learning hip roll this morning as we're moving from side to side, giving thanks for the power of the breath as we breathe in. And as we breathe in, we are one with the one, and we give thanks as we breathe in. And it doesn't matter that we're not breathing together. What matters is that you're breathing, period, okay? As we breathe in, and as we once more breathe in, bringing the energy of the breath down through the chest, the solar plexus, and the sides, and the hips, and the back, and the belly, and the thigh. As we breathe in, sending love, light, and energy down through the thighs, and the knees, and the legs, and the ankles, and the arches. As we breathe in, as we send more love, light, and energy down as we breathe out through the ankles, the insteps, ankles, the toes, the feet away to those toes. As we breathe in, bringing the energy back up through the legs and the knees and the thighs and the hips and the back and the back. As we breathe in, bringing the energy back up through the back and through the shoulders and the arms and out as we breathe in. Giving thanks for the power of the breath. As we breathe in, bringing that energy back up through the solar plexus, the shoulders. Take these two fingers, your hand, and just move the back. This is where I can't hold all my stress right back here, so I know this really works. It helps. Or rub it. You can rub it, or you can tap on it. Either works. Whatever works for you works for me. But just give it some love. This is where we hold the stress. And we want to release the stress as we breathe in. And it's something I learned in Tai Chi. We simply wait for our bodies to do whatever they do, but we can always encourage our bodies, help our bodies, enhance our bodies by loving on it, tapping on it, especially on the left side. That's where the heart is. Tap on the body. It recognizes that it needs to wake up too, because it's been dormant all night. Yeah. Let's tap your love. Yeah. It's good, buddy. Body wants some love too. You give it to everybody else, give it to yourself, okay? As we breathe in. And as we breathe out. We breathe in faith. For all that which we do not know the answers to, we breathe in faith. We give thanks that we are a child of the universe and we are aware of the powers that are bestowed upon us. And all we have to do is what? Breathe in faith and exhale fear. And your own strength as you breathe in. Bringing all the energy of the breath back up to the top of the head. And as we exhale, bring your head forward, chin to chest. Slowly rotate that head to the left and around to the back. Slow down. Slowly bring it around to the back. And slowly over to the right. And back forward. Head up. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, bring your head down, chin to chest. And slowly rotate that head to the right. And around to the back. Slowly. Slowly. Slowly over to the left and bring it back around to the front. Head up, inhale deeply. And look to the right as far as you possibly can, filling the stretch on the left side of the neck. Oh yeah, that's real good. And bringing your head back. Inhale once more. And look to the left as far as you possibly can, filling the stretch on the right side. And inhale once more. Giving thanks that we are always at the right place at the right time. And we do the things that is necessary to put ourselves in a safe space. Because they're coming at you all day and all night. There are spirits in this universe that are not of our best interest. And the way to do that is to connect with your inner self. And many times that inner self needs to be moved out in nature. Now, I know it's tough in Chicago. I live in Chicago. The winter is here. The winter is here. But you gotta bundle up. You used to it. You gotta go put your feet somewhere in some dirt. Walk on the beach. Find you a tree, sit beside it, hug it, talk to it. But just be somewhere out in nature. Because nature is your friend. If you listen, if you open up your mind and your heart, everything else will follow. Because you simply go there and do the same thing you did here. You simply breathe in and you breathe out. Now that is something that you can do on your own, anytime, any place, anywhere. When you are stressed out and you're about to lose it, especially if you're poor, you just start breathing. That's what I do. People look at you crazy. It don't matter. I'm used to it. And that's one of the things that I want you to take with you here today from Monday Morning Mindfulness. And I certainly hope you've enjoyed it. And I certainly hope that you'll share it with someone else. Because this is the type of activity that can keep you in times of chaos and confusion. And if and when, not if, but when you are confronted with chaos and confusion, you simply inhale. And when you exhale, blow it out. And if you got a little garlic, little onion, little funk on your breath, got to brush your teeth, do it right in their face. And I promise you, they're going to back up. Oh, yeah, because they don't want to smell that funk unless they're in the funk. You can't defunctify somebody but for anyway, thank you so much for sharing Monday Morning Mindfulness meditation with me. And just remember to breathe in and to breathe out, because that is what will help you in times of chaos and confusion. Now, you know, here on the Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network TV show, we always promote wellness for self and wellness for others, because it is our responsibility to be responsible for someone else other than ourselves. and at the Higher Learning Network. Since my little brother Douglas Robinson passed in 2019, he was homeless, and he came and his homeless family showed up at the funeral, and they shared their plight with me, and they were so loving to Douglas. I had to do something, so we started taking food over there. Well, we were already taking food over there, but just going more often. So if you can find it in your heart to help someone other than yourself today, I promise you to be such a blessing. Thank you for being a blessing and joining me with Monday Morning Mindfulness. And for those who would like to be higher learning leaders, who would like to join the club, we would love to have you join the club. And it's almost time for my first commercial break. Okay. Yeah, send it, but I will send it again now. Okay, as we go to our first commercial break, do be reminded that there are people who are less fortunate than you. And as a reminder, every time you look in the mirror, I want you to breathe in faith and exhale fear. Can you do that for me? Breathe in faith. And exhale fear. What is going on? It looks like everything is crazy this morning.
Hey there, talented teens. Are you ready to showcase your skills and potentially win cash prizes and scholarships? We're excited to announce our global virtual teen talent contest, where you can enter by submitting a 1-minute video of your unique talent. Here's how to participate. Yep, it's stuck. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're going to try this again, y'all. Apologies for today, but technology, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. Right, sister. How are you this morning?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am in the midst of madness. Everything is freezing this morning.
Probably internet issues. That happens.
Yeah, internet issues big time this morning. So much for the commercial break, because I'm trying to play the commercials here, and everything's just stuck. And if I turn off the computer and turn it back on, I will lose my channel. So that's not what I want to do.
Well, you definitely don't want that. Well, issues that happen always.
It's been hard to stay silent with all that's going on. In my mind, I get it. I hear what's being said from all corners of our earth. I get it when you're controlled by what you're thinking. In our heads, we hear, if you...
It's a little cuckoo this morning. Let's see what happens here.
Hi, my name is Gene Airman Phillips, inviting you to come fly with me on my new radio station called RideRadio.com. Y'all remember back in the old school?
Nope. Let me see if I can pull in this video and see if that will play. Because anything that can go wrong is happening. A new channel. Okay, let's see what shows up here. All right, I got something going here. So what I'd like to do is see if I can share this video with you from Saturday on our new Instagram page. And it's showing, but it is very slow. And it does not want to do what I want it to do, of course, because it's Monday. Let me see if I can get the children up and running. Well, you can see that they're running. These were the children from the Betty Shabazz International Charter School. Everything is stuck. Everything is unstick. Y'all need to play this morning. I mean, what can get stuck? Everything is stuck. Yeah, got internet issues this morning.
Yeah, don't worry about it, because
and nothing I can do about it.
Be unstuck. that's how things are in life. You can. I was talking to a friend the other day. He called me for a word of encouragement because he's stuck at a point in his life and not able to change his circumstance. And I said, well, you're going to be stuck until you change your thinking. So everything that happens to us teaches us a lesson because everything is connected. So everything can illustrate a point about life. And what I was explaining to my friend who's stuck at a crossroads in his career, the one he has isn't working, and he's still stuck in it and upset because his family is not supporting him continuing in a career that is stuck and not enabling him to move forward into adulthood. And so, his thought was, well, if I don't continue trying to do this, then I'm a failure. And I said, there are many different ways to do things. And if you get stuck on one thing that isn't working at the time, then you can't progress, nor can you how you might succeed in other areas in life. It's the same thing. And we all go through these points in our life, or maybe we're in a relationship that, the person isn't treating us well. But we're stuck there in our minds thinking, divorce means failure, or ending a relationship means failure. If I'm alone, I'm a failure. You might be stuck at a dead-end job that, there's no room for advancement. Half the time they're threatening to fire you. You feel this extreme insecurity. It destroys your self-esteem. And yet you're stuck there because you're afraid if I leave where I'm unhappy, then maybe I'll have nothing and I'll be even more unhappy. Instead of thinking, if I leave where I'm happy, where I'm unhappy, I can actually find happiness. So we, in our fear, stay stuck in the unpleasant situation, believing that to leave is going to take us to some place that's even worse. Instead of thinking, I don't want to be unhappy, And if I leave, that gives me an opportunity to go to something better. It's that same thing with everything in life. You might have a business that's having a difficult time, and maybe things change in the industry, and you're not ready to deal with the changes. A lot of business people experienced that during COVID when the world shifted to online. And if you're one of those people, you're afraid of technology, you're afraid to go online, you're afraid to create a website because you don't think you can manage electronic banking and still get paid for your services because you're thinking you're too old or just not technologically savvy enough to learn how to do things electronically. So you're stuck. And how many businesses went out of business because they couldn't make that adjustment? Create an online service, couldn't create a delivery service, couldn't create something that adjusted to the new reality. They were stuck in the past. They were stuck in an era that no longer exists. Life has changed and it isn't going back. So if you're stuck, then you will find yourself continuing to be stuck. The only thing that can change your reality is you. And I was explaining this to my friend, he's been stuck in this same situation for over a decade, and what is in your mind that's making you feel letting go of that isn't working for you and changing to something else that might not be in the field that you want it to be in, but you can discover some new talents, new skills, and then maybe you can go back to the thing you thought you wanted to do. And he's stuck on the idea of, if I quit this, then I'm a failure. And a lot of us are stuck there, believing that if we end something, we have failed. Changing direction is not failure. Changing a way you do things is not failure. Changing a relationship is not failure. Some things end so that other things can begin. We have to see the signs in our lives when it's time to make a change and not fear that the change we're making is going to bring us something more painful, more distressing, more upsetting than where we already are. Because we're here to be in joy. We're here to be in love. We're here to laugh, not cry. So if you've cried, well, then that lets you know what that feeling is like. Now you can experience its opposite. You need to keep crying. You already know what that feels like. Now you need to experience the opposite so that you can appreciate the opposite. If you've had a situation that you've stayed in for a long time and you're expecting the people around you to change, it's not going to happen. You have to change. You have to change your mind. You have to change your thinking. You have to develop the courage to try something different, believing that it will be better. And this is in so many areas of our lives. So many times we will hang on to things. I mean, a person can even hang on to body parts that are hurting them. If you've had a tooth that's been hurting you and you just learn to adjust to the pain, you just take painkillers, and you know that maybe it's a filling or something, or a decayed tooth, and you don't want to lose any more teeth. But the pain of it has actually altered your quality of life, and you got to be on painkillers all the time. You're constantly, aspirin and ibuprofen and Motrin, all those, rather than remove the tooth that's hurting you, so that an unhealthy situation can be gone. Because even though you might not be conscious of it, your body is so occupied fighting that infected tooth, that decaying tooth, that cracked tooth, whatever it might be, that you are losing energy that you could be putting toward other things. You're losing the ability to concentrate because you're trying to not be in pain or ignore the pain, or you got to take some more medication for the pain, rather than removing the source of pain from your life. So that is everything. So, today's situation just gives us an opportunity to see what it is in our lives that, if it's malfunction, needs to change. But it isn't the thing that needs to change, it's us that needs to change how we think. And perhaps it's an opportunity to grow. So I'm excited because we at the Female Solution are growing and expanding and doing some wonderful things. And I'm looking forward to 2024 because not only are we launching our shows on the on-air TV network, it's a Roku channel you'll be able to access on your TV. And that's why all of our hosts have developed their visual platform so that we can then have our video archives on a TV network going 24 hours a day. You can listen in and watch. And we're excited about that because that gives us an opportunity to talk to you on the big screen at your house. And it gives you an opportunity to hear some of those programs that are in our archives that you remember that you want to go back and listen to. So we've been uploading and preparing so that we can introduce you to but many other communicators from around the world who are changing things by giving you a different point of view so that you can change your mind. And then therefore change the reality you're experiencing as well as the reality being experienced by all those around you. We're also excited about the on-air radio network. Again, another opportunity to bring you an audio channel of our daily shows, and you can access it through onaireverywhere.com/on-air radio network, where our wonderful hosts can be heard live, and you will also get an opportunity to interact, as you've been doing, with your comments. We're excited about these opportunities that have been presented as a result of challenges that we face and realizing that people are now connecting more on screens than ever before. So for the person who is not too fearful to grasp and benefit from the new technology, this presents a gold mine. We can be talking to you as you're walking around with your cell phone, and you just tap a link and pull us up, and there we are. You can interact on your phone. You can relax in your house, pull us up on your computer screen. You'll be able to soon pull us up on your TV screen and have an interactive conversation, because this is the morning think tank. This is the daily think tank where we address issues and present to you people who are bringing solutions so that we can see the world is becoming better. There are more people doing great, kind acts of compassion than there are people that are doing mean things. But if you're tuning into the stations that give you all the bad news, you're going to go around feeling bad. We don't want you feeling bad. That's why we just did this breathing exercise. We want to change your mind, uplift your spirit, because that will also transform your physical health. Our bodies are simply reflecting the state of our emotions. And when we're always sad, that sad energy gets projected at the organs in our bodies, and they start to manifest malfunction. So if we want to fix our bodies, we first have to fix our mind, which means changing what we put in our minds. It's like if you want to change your body, if it's not the shape that you want it to be in, you got to be conscious of what you're putting into it. The foods that you're eating, are they fresh? Are they healthy? Are they nutritious? Are they packed with vitamins? Or are they artificially created non-foods that have no nutritional value at all, or very little, and so stocked full of sugar, it's throwing your insulin imbalance off, your insulin balance off. It's creating a problem in your system so that now you can't manage your sugar levels, and so then you have to do something else. So we're grateful for every challenge, because every challenge motivates us to learn more so that we can expand and grow and provide. I'm excited because I was not the techno-savvy person in college. That was not my area of expertise, managing equipment and machinery and all that. But through this network of women who have done tremendous things, and of course the men that have been a part of our growth, we have chosen to grow and expand. When we first started doing a half-hour show on Blog Talk, 30 minutes, and that was it, audio channel, people tune in, that was great. But then people wanted to talk more, so we expanded to an hour. And then people still wanted to interact. So, and people were calling me after the show because they still had things to say. So I said, why don't we give them more time? So now we've expanded to 2 hours. Gives us a whole lot more time to do more, interact with more people, share more information. And then, of course, we discovered StreamYard, which was a platform that helps us not only broadcast visibly, but also share it on social media platforms. And it was a bit challenging for some of our hosts because they feel like, well, I'm not really techno savvy. But then you learn how to do something and you realize, oh, this is easy. All I have to do is just learn how to do it.
Right.
And so now our hosts are all visual. And that's given us the opportunity to grow, to launch a TV network. And it's given us an opportunity for those who are more visual, to interact with you face to face and really get to know you and you get to know us. And sometimes even bring you on screen as a guest to talk about the things you do. So each challenge in your life is really there as a means to help you grow, to learn something else, to master a new skill, to invent something. Everything that happens for you, not to you. So if you're stuck because you're fearing the next level in your life, the next chapter in your life, you're fearing taking that step forward because you don't believe you have the knowledge or the skills, or you're not smart enough, or you don't know enough people, you don't have enough connections, or you don't look right, your body type isn't what you want, your face isn't what you want. Whatever you think in your own mind that's holding you back, it's time to let it go. Let it go so you can grow. Create. We are powerful creators. We are powerful creators. And all we have to do is trust the inspirations that come to our mind. All we have to do is trust the ideas that we're receiving. The universal mind of God is like a broadcast station sending out signals. If you're tuned in, you pick up the signal. If you pick up the signal to create something that could be life transformative, rather than talk yourself out of it and say, well, I'm not the person to do this. I'm not this. I'm not that. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't know this person. I don't know that group. I can't do this. Stop interfering with the signal. If you've got the inspiration to do something, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do that thing that you might be thinking someone else who's more prominent or more skilled or better looking or whatever you're thinking should do it. No, the inspiration came to you. You picked up the divine signal to do this. So that means it's something you're supposed to do. Don't talk yourself out of it. Believe you can and you will. Every single person that we have seen excel in life, they did it because they chose to remove the restrictions in their own minds. Everybody. So that's all any of us have to do.
And sometimes, Naima, you have to say it out loud.
Yes.
What you intend to do, so the energy that's outside of you can pick up and raise that level.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to talk yourself into doing something.
Absolutely.
Like going to the gym after the show. Yeah. I'm
You said it. All right. So the folks at the gym, they're gonna be looking for you because you said you're going.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yes.
Definitely going. So we just have to think outside our heads because sometimes we get stuck up in here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where we stay stuck.
You say stuck.
So when people call you crazy because you're talking to yourself, let them say what they say. What they say about you is none of your business. So you just keep doing what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
and let them stay right where they are. Because
Absolutely.
9 times out of 10, when you need help, they ain't nowhere around. So you got to depend on the force that is within you to guide you, to guard you, and direct you. And all that starts with the breath. Keep telling you,
Yes.
it begins with the breath. Breathe in
It does.
and breathe out.
That's right.
I don't
That's
care
right.
how long it takes. In the words of Layla Hathaway, daughter of Donnie Hathaway, just breathe. She made a song called Just Breathe. I was like, okay, I can ask that.
Yeah, that's like
Just
the theme
breathe.
song, ain't it?
Comment. Elena Vasquez says, hey,
Hey, Elena, how are you? How are you?
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying the conversation. And if you are enjoying the conversation, we would love to hear from you, what you have to say. And she says, good morning back, Zelda.
Yeah.
Elena, haven't seen her in a very long time, but she's always right here in my heart. Elena is part of the Higher Learning Network, and she has been traveling a lot. So I hope you took lots of pictures so that you can share them with us here on the Higher Learning Network or the Female Solution. But as always,
yes,
we are in control, and we are in more control than we think we are. When we start listening to those outside voices that tell us the opposite of what our heart knows to be true, we live and we learn. I want to share this morning with some Queen sisters that I met on the island.
Oh, wow.
I don't have their last names, but these were sisters that they had their shops right down the street from on the hip strip in Montego Bay. What they call the hip strip was where everybody goes shopping and dancing and drinking and all that stuff. I wanted to go and be with the indigenous people. And these sisters, these Jamaican sisters, Sophia. Think about the color purple, right? Sophia. Sophia, Dahlia, Nicole, and Misha. Misha was the one who brought me to the others. And these sisters, I can't pull it up, but I'll post it on my blog, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. I can't pull it up, but I will be able to put it on my blog. Elena says, same, you are in my heart. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much.
We love you, Elena. Thank you for joining us today.
The devil is a lie. You better know this. Amen.
You never listen to a liar because then you'll be believing it.
Right. We believe in none of that nonsense. So I'm very grateful to Sophia, Dahlia, Nicole, Misha, and any of the other sisters that I left out because there was a bunch of them and I couldn't get to all of them. And I said I'd come back. Some I did, some I didn't. But my heart is there with you. But my main person is Queen Mother. Her name is Dr. Rose.
Ooh, Dr. Rose.
Dr. Rose lives up in the mountains. While everybody was good and ready to go on the ATV machines and go down the raft, I really want to go down the raft, but it was raining that morning. It's like I don't want to do it in the rain. It rained 2 days, but immediately after it rained, it was back hot, smothering sun again. I was like, I could do this rain. Yeah, I could do this.
Yeah.
So instead of going on the raft when it rained, when it dried off, I went up into the mountains. I had a cab driver. What they call them drivers? We call them cab drivers. It was a cab as far as I'm concerned. Because you'll see if you go to our YouTube channel. Instagram channel. I have a new Instagram channel, Higher Learning Network TV show, and I'm going to pull it up here in a minute. But you get a chance to see that I'm sitting because they're in another country. The driver's on the right side and the passenger's on the left side. So I'm taking this footage, and in the little square corner, you could see the word taxi and some M's and things like that. But going up that mountain, I mean, just that was an experience on its own. So some of that information I will be sharing on my blog, and some will be saved for higher learning leaders. If you would like to become a part of the Higher Learning Network by becoming a higher learning leader, you simply email us higherlearningleaders@gmail.com, and you will be privy to some information that others won't. So, and we'll tell you all about that. But I just want to give a shout out to Queen Mother, Dr. Rose, who I told her my sister is my sister Creasy is like the herbologist, nutritionist of the family, because she's always coming up with creams, body creams and lotions, and for pain cream, because I've used a pain cream and it works immediately. But I just wanted to find out what was available because there's trees. And I went to Queen Mother, Dr. Rose garden after she gave me these products. And she said, yeah, this is what's in this bottle. This is what's in this bottle. Oh, it's just fabulous. It's just mind blowing. So these are the couple of things that I got. This one is for and don't ask me how I got them through customs. I plead the fifth on that, okay? This is called Skin and Hair Treatment, a product of Jamaica. Can you see?
Yes, skin and hair treatment. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, the airport customs will let you get 3 ounces through. And, I know that's at least an ounce or 2. I don't know how many it is, but this is for your hair. Apply to your scalp once daily or as needed. Useful in the treatment of skin fungus and rashes. Apply twice a day to affected area after shower. Now, I don't have any fungus or anything on my skin, but I looked at it for hair, and it says apply to scalp once daily as required. And the ingredients, because my hair's been itching a lot lately, and I just got it washed, so I couldn't figure out why. So something said, Spirit said, check out, see what's available for the hair. So I said, I can make this once I get home, but I just needed to know what the ingredients were. So that's why I bought it. Plus, I'm going to use it. Ingredients include yellow dock. Yellow dock. Don't believe nothing I say. Go look it up for yourself. Yellow dock. Sage. I went and bought some fresh sage. I've never bought sage, only for making Thanksgiving dinner. In which I don't do Tony cooks, but I have to go I'm the sous chef, so I do something. Okay, all that onion, celery, bell pepper, all that stuff got to be done. So that's what the sous chef is, and I learned that by watching The Shy. Anyway,
okay.
Yellow dock sage, aloe vera, and rosemary. I kept hearing rosemary everywhere I went, and I went to the store and forgot to get the rosemary. I got the sage, but I get the rosemary, so I got to go get that. So I'm going to try this and let you know if it relieves my itching, and I'm pretty sure it will. So why haven't you used it yet? Because I forgot I had it. Okay, that's another story. That's why I need the rosemary, because it's good for memory. So I'm going to leave it out today because I'm going to put that on my hand. Now, this is the herbal liniment because, I'm always talking about my ankle, my knee, and my hip, right? Because that's why I have to walk, because if I don't, it'll lock on me. So I will be working. So this is a herbal liniment. It's come from the Rastafari Omega Tafari Divine Council. It's herbal liniment. Oh, this is 2 ounces. That's why this one got through. The other one was more. Okay. And you apply this three times a day. It's good for arthritis. I think that says hair and sinus suffering. And I know the reason why I had sinus issues because of mucus, because of dairy, because of sugar. So I cut that out for a week because I went to the doctor. I was going to an ENT, and I looked at a yoga journal, and the yoga journal said if you want to get rid of some mucus, then stop eating dairy and bread. And I told that to my doctor, and guess what he said? Oh, don't believe everything you read. And I stopped going to him. So after I quit eating all of that for a week, everything cleared up. So I know what to do. Just got to do it. So, but to let you know, this herbal liniment is for arthritis and sinus suffering. I did have sinus issues. So I don't have sinus issues unless I like I did yesterday. I ate a bagel and then some cream cheese. You know, every once in a while, girl just gotta have cream cheese. And you suffer for it. You see it blowing my nose this morning, running back over here getting some tea, because that warm water helps bring it up out of you. So all of these things that are in here are available to you. So the next time that you are given a prescription from a doctor, and I'm not saying don't take your medicine, let the record show I am not saying that. What I am saying is look at what's in the ingredients that you're taking. And 10 out of 10, I'm going to say 9 out of 10. 9 times out of 10 times, whatever's in that prescription pill came from a plant. And they add some chemicals to it. So my thing is, why not avoid the chemicals that causes damages to your other organs and just go find a plant and get some tea and boil it. I even bought some kind of peas. They looked like the peas that are in a pot, but they were black and they were real tiny. And she says, take these teas. And I accidentally left peas, and I left the peas, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, well, next time. But I got the liniment through. That was more important to me. So just wanted to send a shout out to Queen Mother, Dr. Rose, and she lived in a part of Jamaica called Cambridge. I think it was Cambridge, Jamaica. Yeah, that was very, very enlightening. More comments. Elena says, menopause causes itchy back hair. Really? So past menopause? Well, evidently, there's something going on, because I think I just need to wash my hair again. I went to the salon and got my hair done, and my regular lady wasn't there. And it's just that her hands are so heavy, and I need all this hair.
You got a big head of hair.
And she does the job. But this other lady was there, and she sort of kind of did the job, but it wasn't the hands that I was used to. So I think my head is missing those hands. What does that have to do with I digress. What can I say? I go to there. She says, Elena also says, what do you stop eating for mucus? Dairy and eggs, cheese, all the stuff we love, pizza. So when I eat dairy, I suffer the next day. So I run and get a tonic and drink my tea to try to help bring it out of there. Oh, and you have sinus issues too. Yeah, well, cut out the dairy for a week and see what happens. Just watch what happens. I promise you. The doctor told me to keep eating it out, and I just quit going to the doctor. So just don't do the dairy. Just for a week. And you'll be like, wow, I don't believe it. Yep, believe it, because it works. So I just wanted to share that. Going up in that mountain to me was like going to Disney World for a kid, because, this was my main reason for I should not say for going. So whenever you're leaving this country, you need to know a little bit about the place that you're going. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and one of the videos that I was watching explained how corporate America goes to these islands and sets up shop in the way of an all-inclusive resort, which is what I stayed with. You know, you get 3 meals a day, because Daryl and my travel buddy was saying, you know, how are you going to eat? If you do, because I wanted to do another trip, and it wasn't all inclusive. She said, well, you're going to have to pay for your food 3 times a day. It's like, Daryl, I don't eat 3 meals a day. I just don't. I might snack on some fruit, but I'm not eating 3 meals. But anyway, they had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I cannot. That's the first time I ate breakfast every day for a week. And what I did have every morning, because we don't have it here in the States, was watermelon. Watermelon, and what's that other orange fruit? Papaya. And I can do that. And I think somebody's trying to call, because on this new number, which is, what did I say the number was? I'm Grand Rising Queen, Soul Purpose Healing, my sister from another Mr. Vieta, Grand Rising, my sister. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Elena Vasquez says, I've been dairy free for a year and you still have sinuses issues, then there's something that you are ingesting that is causing the mucus. So you need to examine what it is that you're putting in your body because you came here mucus free. So the fact that you still have mucus problems, something is going on.
Yes, yes.
And you need to break that down. You need to do a step by step examine. Keep a diary for a day and see what you eat. A diary journal and see what you're eating and how your body is reacting to it. So that might help you. I am not a physician, and I don't have the requirements to tell you what not to take, but I can tell you what worked for me, and dairy is a no.
Oh, definitely. And actually your body cannot digest dairy after a certain age. We're drinking cow's milk, which is meant for the cow. And but of course an infant that's maybe needing more calcium for bone development and everything, they can digest it, but as we become adults, we really are not digesting cow's milk very well. And so if you're lactose intolerant, then it's time to cut that out of your diet. And like you said, it creates mucus, which is at the foundation of all diseases. If you ever follow Dr. Sabi, that's what he says. Thank you for using
Music. Mucus is everything.
Yeah.
So, I digress. I apologize for that. I do that sometimes.
but it's as we increase in years inside this physical body, we have to become more aware and work with our bodies that constantly regenerate cells, because it's not necessary to age in the way we are aging. We're believing that you have to age, you get older, and you get wrinkles and your hair falls out, but there are so many natural products that can stimulate the new cell growth that's natural, because we're made to constantly regenerate. And because we're all one ecosystem, there are many substances that we have discovered that can help our bodies, because our bodies are made of what comes out of the earth. So the natural things, like the things that you introduced, are things that can help enhance our body's self-repair system that already exists. So when you get something that's manufactured in a laboratory and it's got all these various chemicals, those aren't necessarily the best things for you, because they're not natural. They're not coming out of the earth from where our bodies are made. And if something creates an after effect or a side effect, then that means it's not totally natural. There's something added that's man-made that isn't really harmonious with the body's systems
At all. And I digress. I was talking about the meals in the hotel, but I really wanted to focus on the hotels because, as I said earlier, the corporate America goes down there and buys up this space and makes these all-inclusive hotels, but they don't necessarily cater to the vendors who are there. That means the people who look like me, you, and I, who have wares to sell. The prices in the gift shops are always a little higher than what the street vendors have available. So once I learned that this was taking place, I decided that I want to share what my shopping dollars with those who are like us, who are entrepreneurs, who have things to sell just like anyone else. So we walk like 2 blocks right down the street, because the airport was like 5 minutes from the hotel. I was like, oh, it took us 20 minutes to get there because of the traffic, but we got there. So my point is, I wanted to spend my money where to help people, not to make the corporate all-inclusive hotel richer. So I met these sisters, and one of the sisters, Sophia, I trusted her. I felt her spirit. And I asked her who was there because we was right next door to a cab stand, and I didn't know that there was a cab stand. I saw these buses and trucks, and I was like, okay, so maybe they tour. They were tours. So one of the guys was a tour, and he came, tour guide, and he came out and he says, and I can take you for this price. And then I said, let me go to the hotel and take my bags because I didn't want to be carrying bags with me. And I came back, gone. So I went back around to the little shacks where our sisters and brothers had businesses. And I asked Sophia, was there somebody there who could take us up into the mountains? And she says, yes. And she pointed to a guy, and he gave me all the information I needed. And I said, okay. I went with him, and we rode up to the mountains. Took an hour. It is the most. Yes, you are.
Or report a program through the Blog Talk Radio webpage. To start your show now, press 1.
Okay, let me pull that down. I lost myself. Where was I? Oh, so we're going up into the mountains, and I have seen chickens on the side of the road. I have seen people on the side of the road. I've seen bikes on the side of the road. I have seen anything you think, it was there.
Goats,
chickens, cows, horses. It was beautiful. I loved it. I have so much footage. I still have so much footage I haven't uploaded, but you can see what I have done on our Instagram page, our new Instagram page, which is Higher Learning TV Show.
And Higher Learning Network TV show?
I'm sorry, yes, Higher Learning Network TV Show. Let me pull it up right there. That's our new Instagram page, Higher Learning Network TV Show.
Yeah, and it's great because we now StreamYard we can broadcast on our Instagram.
Yes.
So one of the things that we want you all to be able to do is to follow us, whatever your favorite outlet is. So on thefemalesolution.com, www.thefemalesolution.com, each post, YouTube page, websites, broadcast channels, all of those things. So you just select one, whichever one you want to listen to here, and follow each host every day. And we want you to enjoy this interactive experience, especially because you're the reason why we're here.
Right.
And
I gotta turn it up. I gave the number out and I forgot to turn it on. It's probably been ringing because my cell phone been going off. So if you want to call in this morning, 312-602-3373. I apologize for that. But I forgot to turn it on because I know it's been ringing because the cell phone number that I put up here just been buzzing. It's like, I apologize. I don't use this phone. I just use it for texting. And if you called and I didn't answer it, I apologize. But you can go to call in 312-602-3373. Yep, I did it.
Absolutely.
So if you're ever thinking about taking a trip, do your homework and know that where you invest your money, not spend, but are you investing in people? Or are you investing in a corporation? I wanted to invest in people, especially people who look like me. So that's what I did. And I hope you'll do the same thing too, because we are our brothers and sisters keepers. Right, Tony?
Yeah. And see, that's really what business is supposed to be. It's supposed to be an exchange. So I give you what you need, and you give me the energy to get something else that I need, which that's all money is. It's really changing energy. So we're making an energetic exchange. I give you something that I have that you need. You give me the energy back to then go and get something that I need. So money symbolizes energy. We're changing energy. So if we want to really be helpful when we go to a place, you want the people who live there to benefit from your presence. Not people who don't live there and are sharing their energetic symbols with people who don't live there. Because the local economy suffers when that happens. That's one of the downsides of having a place that becomes a tourist attraction. The people who set up, like you say, the hotels and everything, the people that they're doing business with are not the indigenous people who are circulating the money throughout the neighborhood so that everybody is able to benefit, they have contracts with other corporations that are elsewhere. So yes, you go and you have a good time, but unless you're conscious, like Zelda, unless you're conscious of how you are circulating your dollars, then your presence really isn't benefiting the people. And when we go someplace and we take what we don't give, that's pretty exploitive. So when you travel, and like our travel show we just did this past Saturday, when you travel, move around with Deborah. When we travel, you want to be aware of how you're affecting the people. You're bringing something to their place. Just like you have to be aware of you bringing a disease or bringing a sickness. Deciding to travel and you got a bad cold and you're sneezing all over everybody. Now everybody's sick.
Right. Somebody sneezed on the plane and everybody went, oh.
I know, yeah.
I'm like, calm down. If you're you're afraid if you knew you've been eating something that weakens your immune system. Yeah, you got a reason to be afraid.
Yeah, so there you go. It's your responsibility to keep up your immune system. But when we travel, we really do want to bring something that energetically helps the people. Spend the money, and if you're going to go somewhere and spend time, come and bring a pleasant spirit. Don't go to a restaurant and then sit there and complain and make the waitress or waiter feel horrible because you're nasty and complaining and ungrateful about the food. They don't need that energy. They need positive energy, loving energy. They need to want to be happy that you're there, and tip well. If they're a place that wants tips or whatever, because you're enhancing people's lives. Try to consciously enhance the life of everybody whose life you touch. Everywhere you go, make a conscious effort. If you can't leave anything, at least leave a smile. At least leave a good memory, a good feeling. We have the power to do that every single moment of every single day. So make a conscious choice to do that. When you're paying money for something, send a feeling of gratitude along with the money, because you're giving energy as you're paying people. So be grateful for what they're giving you that you're paying for. And you'll be surprised how an act can have a ripple effect, because you're leaving a good spirit with the person that you do business with. You'll pass it on to the next person, and that person passes on to the next person. That's all we're doing. We're interacting every day, every moment of every second of every day. We're interacting and sharing our energy, which goes just like you throw a pebble into a pond and it ripples out. That's what we're doing. We're having a ripple effect every single time we interact with another human. So we appreciate those of you who are loyal listeners and viewers, and the things that you share, the information that you offer, the exchange of ideas. We appreciate you. And whether we agree or disagree on an issue, it's okay, because we appreciate the fact that you're choosing to interact with us every day. You could be somewhere doing something else, but you're choosing to interact with us.
And we appreciate it. That's why you can call in at 312-602-3373. And I apologize if I didn't have the phone on early.
Well, try it again. If you tried before and didn't get an answer, try again. And then, the exciting thing about being alive at a time when there is a global connection. Yes, you can also do an Airbnb instead of staying at a hotel, and that's I've had that experience too, and it's very enjoyable. It's kind of a home-like atmosphere that you can experience. And our travel advisor,
yes,
Deborah Smith, yes, travel with a person, Grand Rising. Oh, we appreciate you so very much. It's always an opportunity to learn something when you go somewhere else. And the great thing about being connected globally is that everybody can become friends. We don't have to fear you. We can go online. We can research the place where you live, the history of the people where you live. And when we go there, we can come with a healthy curiosity and appreciation for what's different. And rather than us being fearful of something that's different, we can expand our knowledge and learn. So I'm excited with all the possibilities because we're connecting with a global family every day, and we have such a wonderful team of hosts that bring us so much joy. We had a great time Saturday at the Soul Chicago Holiday Book Fair by our dear sister Asada, one of the the hardest working woman I've ever seen. But she puts that together so expertly, and we had a chance to not only talk to some authors, but bring in some of our podcast students. Yeah. And they have so much personality. It was so much fun working with them. And of course, Deborah had a chance to bring her unique perspective about us traveling the world and being prepared so that we can actually enjoy the experience. But, and of course, we're looking forward to some of the authors that we met. We are looking forward to expanding on some of their great works because we want to have, there we go.
Yes, Deborah.
We want to have
Deborah.
Yes. Yeah, we want to continue to feature people who have taken the time to put their knowledge, their skills, their life experience in a book. Right. And here we are. Yes. Chicago Book Fair, and we had two of our students, Brandon and Akil, there. That broadcast voice already.
Yeah, I'm just I'll take the audio out because it's not playing yet, so I don't want to interrupt what you were saying. So,
but at least we can see because they had a wonderful tumbling demonstration. One of the men that worked with Jesse White and Jesse White Tumblers, he's taken skills and now he's trained students at Betty Shabazz, and some from our broadcast students that are in our podcast training class. There's Wilson and Akil and Brandon. And we're really grateful to be at Betty Shabazz. That is a community that was built from a vision of Haki and Safisha Matabutu and the members of their board, that Sister Dr. Soyini Walton and many others who persevered during the 70s, knowing that we needed to have an institution that we own and we control the environment and we can make it like an African village. And that's what my daughter experienced growing up as part of that village. She went there from kindergarten, graduated there in 8th grade, and it's still like a big family. And it's the kind of atmosphere that you want to have your children be at for the 6 or 8 hours a day that they're away at school, because everybody's a mama or a baba. That's an African dish.
I love that.
Dressing your elders, because everybody's like a mother and a father to you. And that means they're going to care for you like you're their own child. And it definitely makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
How these children.
You felt the energy when you walked in the door.
Yes.
You felt the energy. And these two little flower houses here. Oh, Lord. I can't wait to see them in TV. I can't wait to see them in TV. Long enough so I could see them grow to be what their potential is, because they are simply awesome.
Yes, definitely. And when you have something that you can share with a young person, it's like planting a seed. You watch it grow and grow and grow and grow, and you're just amazed at what it becomes. So these young people and everybody that goes through the Shabazz school, the Betty Shabazz International Charter School systems, they're on another campus as well. They want us next week to do the show there at the Barbara Sizemore Academy. And the children that go through that environment, their self-esteem is so high because they're getting constant reinforcement. They can't help but excel in life. That's what school is supposed to do for you. It's supposed to give you the confidence and the motivation to excel and be your best self at whatever you choose to do. That's what this environment does. So Asada had a fantastic book fair there, with vendors that we had a chance to interview and talk to. And, of course, I made sure I supported it energetically, bought a book. And some of our longtime loyal listeners, Andrew Nelson, Minister Robert Boyd Plump, they were there, came, bought books, got on the radio show, and met our audience, those who had not seen them. You had a chance to visually see those who've been calling in with us over the years. And it was a fun atmosphere to be in. And I definitely, shout out to Asada, who just is a fantastic organizer, because that takes a lot of work.
Yes, it does. And she does it every year, effortlessly.
Yes. And so we're encouraging reading, because that's a way to expand your mind and share ideas and thoughts and help everybody enhance their lives. If I'm sharing my experience with you, then, you don't necessarily have another lifetime to live what I live, but you can learn from my lifetime, because I'm sharing what I learned with you, whatever it is, whether it's a novel or fiction or autobiography or whatever kind of work it is. To be able to share thoughts enhances everybody. It raises everybody's level of awareness and consciousness and knowing. So a book is one of the best presents you can give a child. And of course, I believe you can go to ChicagoBookFair.com and learn more about the book fairs, the authors, and where the next may be, because it really is a life enhancing experience there at the book fair. But this is why we do what we do. We will be live on location the 5th Saturday of every month at the Elevate Cafe. And just let you know, the owner, Jacqueline Brooks, who does a Sunday noon podcast. She owns the cafe. We'll be there. She'll be, of course, part of our team of hosts as we are there at the cafe and having some good, healthy herbal teas as we have great conversation with those both online and in person. So 2024 is going to be a really wonderful year of expansion. Yes. We get to see more people and do more activities, hear more wisdom, and help us to see the world differently, because we want you to see the world as improving, as becoming better, as being transformed. We do not want you living in fear because you're thinking other people are in control of your happiness. They are not. You are. We all are in control of our own life experience. All we have to do is choose to focus on what we want and not on what we don't want. Because you're going to create whatever it is you focus your attention on. You're going to create. And this is a beautiful session.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can pull this up on another computer, because this is the footage. Remember, I said I was sitting on the left side of the car and the driver was on the right side of the car. His name was Juba. And you can see the little stickers in the window, I guess, like stickers like for taxis here. And that little thing right there was taxi. So I'm trying to pull it up while you talk. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up on the other computer.
Oh, yes. Jamaica is really a beautiful place in its simplicity, the landscape and all of that. You need to every now and then treat yourself. If you're an urban dweller, you need to go someplace where nature is not spoiled.
Yeah.
And just absorb the vibration, because it really is peaceful. And this is why you have to choose your environment, because your environment is going to affect your mood. If you're in the midst of chaos all the time, then that's going to not only affect your mental and emotional state, it affects your physical state. So you might not be able to travel to Jamaica every weekend, but you can travel in your mind to a place of peace where even if you're just sitting under the tree in your backyard, you can absorb a different energy rather than that of constant stress. Stress is actually self-induced. It's not what's happening to you. It's not what's happening is causing stress. It's your feelings about what's happening that's causing stress. So you can choose to feel at peace no matter what's happening in the world, but that takes a decision. And if you're looking at things that are distressing you, they're affecting you on a cellular level. So as you walk around with your personal television set, your personal computer, your personal communication device, and you're tapping on, your Instagram and your YouTube and your podcast stations, be aware of how each thing you watch and listen to is affecting your mood. And if you look at something and afterwards you get depressed, it's just like if you eaten some junk food and you find yourself nauseous or tired or sluggish or sad even. So we're constantly urging you to put things in your mind that uplift your mood. That is health inducing. You can even play songs of birds on your phone or music with sounds of birds on your phone.
Play the ocean.
You can play the ocean. I had a plant that was looking sad and droopy, and I went and played a YouTube video of the sounds of birds singing, sounds of the ocean, and there was some classical music underneath the whole thing, and my plants perked up. They responded to the sound. They responded to the musical sounds of nature. They responded and perked up. So I know if it happens with plants, it happens with people.
Yep.
The things you see and hear, they affect you. Every moment of every single day. Each person you encounter affects you. All we are is energy. All of us are vibrating energy every moment of every single day. So if the person that you encounter, maybe they just had a negative encounter from somebody else and they say something to you and maybe kind of mean, you can feel the frequency drop. You feel the energy in your body lower. You can feel your mood go down.
Yep, you can feel it.
You have to choose to bring it back up. Getting angry at them, demanding an apology and all that, that's not going to change what's inside of you because you're going to still be carrying that energy of anger. So you have to go somewhere and uplift your own self, whether it's taking a walk in the park or pulling up a video that makes you laugh and feel your frequency raise back up again, and then remove the memory from your mind of that person, because the longer you dwell on it, the more you're going to stay at that low frequency. So you have to choose to let go of things that are lower than where you want to be. It's a conscious decision. Being angry at it and talking about it and going back and cussing them out and everything, none of that is going to raise you back up. It's only the positive that creates positive, because a negative plus a negative equals a greater negative. So a negative plus a greater positive equals a positive. Be the And Elena says, this was so refreshing. I need to put Jamaica on my bucket list. Yes, reminds me of Puerto Rico. You two have a blessed and wonderful day and Christmas week.
Yeah.
Yes, Elena.
Thank you for that, Elena, because I'm trying to get Tony to go to Puerto Rico now. We going to Puerto Rico, Tony?
Yeah.
He said,
Learn a few words of Spanish.
Mm.
Yes, learn a couple of words of Spanish. That'll
Buenos días, ¿cómo está?
¿Cómo está usted? Muy bien. Me llamo Naima Latif. ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo te llamo? Zinda. I think I got it up on here. So the trick is not to lose it here. So I'm going to take myself out of here, Naima, but you stay there.
All right, here we are. We are staying right here. You know, it's always fun figuring things out while you're live. But once you know it, then you know it. See, once you figure out something, then you know it. And so never be afraid to try things, explore things. You never know.
Let's see what happens.
We are headed up into the mountains.
Oh, nice.
I'm on my first tour
Yes, we got
of Jamaica, man.
Yes, we did it.
And if you notice, I'm sitting on the left side of the street. Left side of the car.
Can we turn that down for just a minute so I can introduce you to my audience, to my students? And they are the students of the Higher Learning Network. And they need to know what it looks like in Jamaica. Yeah, man. So this is my driver. What's your name, sir?
Okay, Rasta Juba.
Rasta Juba. And what does that mean, Rasta Juba?
Juba is an African name from Uganda.
Oh, from Uganda. Okay.
From Uganda?
It's African.
Okay, so it is. Oh my goodness. I got to come back to that because I see the mountains here. Oh my goodness, look at the mountains.
Oh,
they are beautiful. I want to move to Jamaica. I don't want to go back to US. I want to stay here. Oh my goodness. But I'd have to learn how to drive. No, I don't think I would learn how to drive. I would call you and say you drive me. Okay, so we'll get back to your name. I saw the mountains and I couldn't get back to it. Okay, because I have been doing a little. Okay, so you stop and let them pass. Okay, when they're going in, that's courtesy, common courtesy. That is so confusing. They're driving. I don't know how they do it. This is
so they're on the
okay.
left side.
I don't want to distract you while you're driving, but
I'm going to talk.
We can continue talking, but you can see you can watch it.
They're on they drive on the left side of the road like they do in England, right?
Yes. And they drive so fast, it's normal for them to do. And I'm sitting on the sign. It's like, okay, calm down, Zelda. Just breathe. The man know what he's doing. He do this every day. Because the roads are so small. It's just like a two-way lane. And lots of times there's dips and bumps and humps and holes, and they drive it every day. So it's just like we're used to the potholes in the streets of Chicago and the Dan Ryan and the Kennedy. We're used to all that garbage. So he was used to it too. And he's just driving and talking like it's nothing. And I was like, wow, the creator sent me with the right one. Because then I get home and I'm watching more YouTube videos and I see that he is one of the Babas of the island. It's like, oh my God, I had a treasure here and I didn't even know it, but he was so welcoming and so warm and so knowledgeable. He taught me so much, and it's like, oh yeah, so I got to take this back to the States. So some of this we'll see on our YouTube page, YouTube and Instagram page. You'll see excerpt clips from it, because this is like, I think it's like an hour. No, that's only 8 minutes and 17 seconds, but I got like an hour's worth of footage from all the different places.
Wow.
So just want to share that with you. So you can always go back and take a look at it once I upload it to our excerpts, I should say. It won't be all of this, but I'll upload the excerpts to our social media channel. And for those who want to be in on the exclusive information, especially where herbs are concerned, and I'm talking about the kind you rub, not the kind you smoke. I don't do that. I ain't knocking nobody who do. I'm talking about the kind of herbs that for your ailments, like this one, like for the herbal liniment you take 3 times a day, and the other one for my hair. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's based on plants that's going to help your body thrive. So
I'm noticing something about the sky. It looks so clear and
beautiful. I was mesmerized the whole time I was there. It's like, am I being punked? Is this Fantasy Island?
But when you go to a place where there's more nature,
Yes.
Skies are clearer. Now, if you go to a place where there's a lot of industrialism and you got factory smoke, the sky is kind of a dim gray look, and you don't realize if you live there because that's normal. You know, that's what you see every day. You don't realize until you go someplace else where the sky above is cleaner, that what you've been living in is like a layer of dirt
Right.
in the air. So, and people have talked about this because China does a lot of manufacturing, still use coal, and that's why the Chinese, were the first ones that we saw wearing masks because they did a lot because the air quality, was affected by the factory smoke. But going there, and my niece and her husband live there. They mentioned how they see the sky. It's always kind of like an overcast, kind of a gray, but it's really from the smog. So you can really appreciate a place like Jamaica when you go and the trees, the grass, the waters, and not so much the industrialization creating pollution. And there is a difference in the air quality and the way the sky looks. So that should let us know that our responsibility as human beings is to develop more ways of using energy that does not harm nature. Because if you're harming nature, if you're harming the trees and the grass and the plants and the air and everything, we're harming ourselves. So it's our challenge is to find and use clean energy, as it's called, energy that doesn't create smog in the air. You said this brother said his name was Juma, and I like to look up stuff. And so
Juba, Juba.
Juba, yeah, Juba. And now in U.S. history, Juba was a dance accompanied by complex rhythmic hand clapping and slapping on the knees and thighs, and that was performed on plantations in the southern U.S. by Black people who had been enslaved. So that was how the word came to be used in U.S. history. But on the Zulu language, the word Juba in Zulu means dove. Not only is a dove a symbol of peace, freedom, and reconciliation internationally, in South Africa, Zulu speakers historically use Juba, like they say Ijuba, to refer to their romantic partners, such as Ijubilami, which means my love.
Okay.
And so that is some of the meanings of the word Juba. And so, of course, Rasta, we know the Rastafarians.
Rastafari, because I was seeing Rastafari too, and it was like, no, sister, it is Rastafari, yes, sir. And I always wondered why they said that. He explained it to me, and I forgot what he said. It'll be on my blog on zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com.
Rastafari, sometimes called Rastafarianism, is an Abrahamic religion that developed in Jamaica during the 1930s. It is classified as both a new religious movement and a social movement by scholars of religion. I remember first met.
And it's not a religion. That's what they want us to believe. He explicitly explained it to me. It is a philosophy. It is a way of being. It is not a religion. The powers that control these waves tell us a religion is not a religion. I have many Jamaicans tell me that no, this is not a religion. It is a philosophy. It's a way of life.
Yes.
Religion has nothing to do with it. And I was like, okay, thank you for that clarification.
And that's a significant thing because a true way of life is a way of life. And the way of life that is peaceful and close to God is the way we should all be living. When Jesus first began preaching among his disciples and just people in general, what he was describing in terms of a state of being was called the way. And it basically was a way of living in a state of love for all. And so when people are expressing their spiritual awareness of the philosophy of oneness. We are all one family here on this earth. That way is the way that all spiritual masters have taught. So Rastafari, they simply tune into that way. And that becomes a way of being, a lifestyle, who you are. So definitely, I love our Jamaican brothers and sisters who are expressing that. Even when, I first met a Rastafari person when I was back in college at the University of Nebraska. Because a band came there. I can't remember the name of the band, but they came there to perform, and me and my friends and roommates we met them and talked to them, and they were explaining about the hair because they had locks. Back then we had never seen locks before. Bob Marley made the whole dreadlock thing popular, but they were explaining about your hair is your antenna.
Yes. Because I wonder why they all walked around with their head wrapped in 90-degree weather. Couldn't figure that out.
So, and one of the people that we interviewed, we've had him on the show before at the book fair, was wearing long locks all the way down to his knees. And so when you think in terms of your hair being your antenna, that's absorbing and receiving the word from on high, how it helps you with being able to receive the transmissions from the Creator, then you have a lot more respect for the hair on your head.
Mm-hmm.
And even respect for the lifestyle and the hairstyle that it represents. But you ever notice?
Why do you think they being the manufacturers of fake hair want us to cover our hair up?
Muting our antennas.
Other people's hair.
Yes, you're muting our antennas when we cover our antennas in such a way that the signal is not heard. It's like getting a garbled signal on your TV. Like when somebody interferes with your internet signal, and so either your computer moves real slow or freezes. Well, all the fake hair, and I'm not knocking people who every now and then you got to have your hair time to come here. I understand that, but do realize that your hair is your antenna, your divine antenna, and you don't want to ever have the signal that's coming from our Creator be distorted or muted because your antenna can't breathe because you got glue all over because you got to glue in some hair that comes from either another body or hair that was synthetically manufactured.
You don't know the energy of that body.
Yeah, you don't know the energy.
You don't know what you putting in your head, and you wondering why you walking around crazy all the time, doing things that you don't normally do.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing something that you were not destined to do, and that is to keep somebody else's hair on your head.
Yeah. So I'm not knocking the sisters who love their weave.
Not either.
Whatever.
Sharing the word, sharing the truth.
Know that you will feel differently when you are wearing your natural hair. You will feel differently, and there will be more of a peace and tranquility that you'll experience. First of all, it's a mindset. My hair as it is just fine. It's perfect as it is. There's a mindset that comes with I am imperfect. And in order to be loved, I must put on someone else's hair so that I can be acceptable. That's an energy that you're sending out. I, as I am defective. That's the energy you're putting out.
And that's what they're telling us.
Yes.
Our hair is no good. So we need somebody else's hair, which is the furthest thing from the truth.
Right.
Why do you think people who don't look like us go and get locks?
Because they understand the energy of this hair. And that's why it's good to travel. Go to a place like Jamaica and hear people and see people who are lively and their joy is not based on a dollar figure or a brand name bag they're carrying or wearing on their clothing. There's just joy of living, of being.
And everybody's smiling. It's like I guess if I lived in paradise, I'd be smiling and be joyful too. But in the meantime, in between time.
Ooh, we got an instrument.
And I know I sound horrible, but
What is it called?
It's a flute.
Oh, it's a flute.
My brother, Kittrell Bradley, blew a flute when I was in high school. And I saw this and it reminded me of him. And it's also something that I'm working on a project with chimes, wind and rain, the flute and the ocean sounds, because I got a lot of audio and video of the ocean.
Wow.
This helps me sleep at night. So I want everybody else to experience what I experienced while there. And during my morning meditation, I love it to get up at 4:00 in the morning when everybody's sleeping, the world is quiet. I went and sat by the ocean and I just listened, and all kind of divine ideas came to me. And this was one of the ideas. Something said, get some musical instruments. I'm like, I don't know how to play piano, nothing, but I can blow air in a flute. So it won't sound that bad because I'm gonna practice a lot before I give it to you. But it's gonna be the chimes, my Tibetan bowl, some wind chimes, this, and some water. And I'm gonna help you.
It's an awesome relaxation tape.
Yes.
That's the tape you can play as we're breathing on Monday morning.
Yes. And instead of just playing the water, because I was playing the ocean this morning from YouTube, and I don't know if people could hear that or not, but I had it kind of low. Then I had it kind of high, so I really don't know. Oh my goodness, I'm looking out the window and I see a cloud, a nice big beautiful cloud. It looks just like the one I saw in Jamaica. Thank you, Jamaica, for coming home with me. Come on over here, bring me some more sun. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I just happened to look up and see it, and I was like, oh,
wow,
it looks like the cloud I saw going up in the mountains. Yes, I'm excited. So I hope you're excited too. It has been.
Yes.
As Les Brown would say, a plump, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to share my Jammin in Jamaica, a trip with you. More will be on my blog on zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. And also you can go to our new Instagram page. Please go there and like and share and follow and all that good stuff as soon as I can pull it up here. And what can we expect this week, Naima?
Well, we can expect more great programming. Tomorrow, once again, Shop with Zoe. And we've got a new product we're introducing, and you're going to love this special because it's all about traveling the world. So get ready for the new travel bag section.
And you don't have to leave your home. You don't need a passport. You don't need any of that. All you need is the power of your imagination and some breath.
Yes.
And some essential oils, like I clove this morning, and just be grateful.
Be grateful.
You anywhere you want to be, anywhere on the planet. Absolutely. Whatever you do today, go out somewhere and get you some nature. I don't care if it's wind, rain, suns. I don't care what it is. Go get in it and listen for the answers that you've been looking for. They're already there, but you just got to get quiet long enough to hear it.
Absolutely. So, we're so looking forward to our sisters retreat in Jamaica. We're gonna make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you don't have to necessarily leave your home to travel. You can always travel in your mind.
I go to Jamaica every night because in my bedroom it looks like Jamaica.
Yes. And you can create your own environment. That's the thing. You can always be in paradise right in your own home. You create that environment. You create that world. And it doesn't take much. So choose to make your home a heaven every day. So we're going to have some great shows this week, of course, coming up to I'm sure it's going to be a holiday weekend for a lot of people. And, join me on Wednesday with my co-host Kareem Hamid. More uplifting information as you prepare to make amends with your family members or friends before the new year. Because we want to help you in that process. And then, of course, Thursday, our dear Dr. Debbie, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie. Now, this will be her last show on the Female Solution morning lineup because she's moving to the afternoon to do something you want to hear more about, and that is called Rise. So you'll get a chance to have even more intimate discussions with Dr. Debbie and more people because so many of us really need therapy and we hesitate to get it, but you got a chance with Dr. Debbie. So we're going to send her off big this Thursday. And then, of course, Friday, health and well-being with Beata. And as you know, there's so much that you don't know about health and healing that she helps us to learn so that we can do things the natural way, the way that the Creator intended. And then, of course, Saturday, our fourth Saturday, and we're here with Zelda and the youth and more that we can explore as we introduce those people who have wonderful talents that make us smile. And of course, we start all over again on Sunday with Soul Purpose Healing with Beata in the evening. Another weekly lineup next week. And of course, we're looking forward to being right here with you on the Female Solution Global Radio TV show every day. And go to our website, www.thefemalesolution.com, so that you can follow on multiple platforms or any platform you choose, all of our daily hosts. And also, you can go to our website and see all of the hosts and their shows where you may want to look in the archives for a show that you may have missed. We appreciate our entire team. We've expanded, we're growing, and we're looking forward to bringing you more uplifting news and views and any other subject you choose right here on the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. So thank you so much for joining us today and every day.
And thank you for being a part of Jamming in Jamaica and the mountains of Montego Bay as we leave you. In case you're wondering and you'd like to start your own podcast, it's available.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brandon. Hi, I'm Akil. And you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah. And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brandon. Hi, I'm Akil. And you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Rising, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, the stressologist. Any stress in your life? Well, most of us do. Unfortunately, we don't know what to do with that stress, especially as it relates to worry. I was once a worried about everything, and I finally figured it out with some training. Yeah, I've been certified with the American Society of Training and Development, National Speakers Association, and a host of others. But none of those organizations helped me stop worrying. They just gave me validation for the public to see what credentials I have. So the credentials I have now are from life experience, and I've learned how not to worry. And you can learn how not to worry too, because it is indoctrinated in us to worry. We don't have the answers, so we think the worst is going to happen. Well, I got a solution to that, and that is the Worry Workshop. So I'm going to pull that up for you on my blog. Why do you worry when you don't have to? Go to my blog, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com, and you can sign up right there and find out how you. And remember, sharing is caring. If you care about yourself and your loved ones, help them see their way out of a mess. Give them the gift. It makes a great birthday gift. It makes a great holiday gift. So instead of running to the store getting something that they really might not need, give them a worry-free life. Give them the gift of a worry-free existence. And thanks for sharing. Make it a great day. Are you stressed out? Are you ready to learn some quick techniques on how to de-stress immediately? Then book your free 30-minute consultation with Zelda Speaks, the Mindfulness Stress Relief Coach, at higherlearningnetwork.org. Thanks for sharing.